Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are fine and doing all your work nicely at home. As you are already knowing, now the copy is going to come to the school and we are going to check your copy that what you have done or what you have not done. So I'm hoping and it's a request also that try to complete all your work which you have not completed so that you will get full marks in each and every subject. Okay, so my dear students, as we have already completed all the chapters which are coming in class test 4th, I think there is not a single chapter still now it is left to complete in class test 4. After this class, we are going to do the revision from the previous chapters. Okay, in this class we are going to discuss the test paper 6. Okay, the test paper 6, half of the test paper we have already discussed. Sorry, test paper 4. Test paper 4 we will going to discuss. From test paper 4, from question number 6 to 10 we have not discussed, and before that all we have discussed, okay, in the previous class. So till question number 5 I have already discussed with you all. Now with in today's class we are going to move on with the question number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So in this we are going to discuss how we used to add the numbers in the decimal, how we used to subtract the numbers in decimal, how we used to write the add the or subtract the number in measurement, how we used to find out the numbers, or we can find out the quantity by the unitary method, and some of the questions are related with the pattern. So this in this exercise all the chapters from previous, some of the chapters are being taken. Okay, after test paper 3 whatever chapters we have done, that from that chapter some of the questions has been taken. So in test paper 4 we are going to discuss all kind of questions which we have already discussed, so that it will be a kind of revision for you. With that you can easily solve the questions which are given in your book. Okay, after discussing the decimal chapter this much time, still you are used to get the confused in integral part, in decimal part, or in the whole part. Okay, but students, please keep this in your mind because it is very important. If you will not keep what is integral part or what is decimal part, then it will definitely going to create hurdle or problem for you in solving the questions. As the number it is given, you can see decimal number, decimal fractions. Okay, with 10, 100,000 in the denominator we are knowing, number which we used to write downside, that is the denominator. The number which we used to write upside, that is the numerator, can be represented as a decimal number. Okay, can be represented as decimal number. What does it mean? It means that if 3 by 10 is written, so according to the number of 0 which are present in the denominator column, we used to put the decimal. Like if in the numerator only one digit is there and in the denominator only one zero is there, so from the right side we will start writing the number, and after 3 we will put dot, we will put decimal, and then we will write 0. That 0 we used to write, okay, because no number is present after the 0, that is why we are writing 0. If any number will be present after 0, then we will write that number. In the same way, 462 divided by written 1000. So when you can see here it is 3 zeros written, here it is 3 zeros given, and upside 3 digit number is there. So you write the number from the right side. Okay, 2, 6 and 4. After that you put the decimal and then 0. Why after 3 digit we have put the decimal? Because in the downside there are 3 zeros present. In the same way, mixed fraction is there. In that it is written a mixed fraction contain a whole number which is called as the integral part, and a decimal part and a decimal which is called as a decimal part also. So you can see 93.56 is written. So 93, the number which is written before the decimal, is integral part. The number which is written after the decimal, that is a decimal part. So 93 will be the integral part and 56 will be the decimal part. Okay, 56 is written after the decimal, so that will be the decimal part. And then between these two numbers the dot is given, okay, which is called as a decimal point. And by seeing the decimal part only, we can write the decimal places. If two numbers are present in the decimal part, then we used to write there are there are two decimal places. If three numbers are present in decimal part, we used to write there are 3 decimal places. Likewise, we used to carry on. You can see the decimal place it is written. It is written the place after the decimal point are called as a decimal place. That only I have discussed just now, that the number which are written after the decimal point, that with that only we used to recognize the decimal places. You can see written here 7.56. So after the decimal point 5 and 6 two digit number is there, so there is a two decimal place. In the same way 0.391 is there, so after decimal there are three digit number, that is 3, 9 and 1. So after the decimal there are three numbers, so there is three decimal place. So this is what decimal, about the decimal, just a kind of review I have given. Now just move on. See, it is written write the decimal number according to their place value. Okay, write the decimal number according to its place value. Then you put okay, according to its place value. So how the upside you will mention the place value of the first, then you will put down the number. You can see these two numbers I have put down, means I have to subtract 537.70, okay, and 253.13. Okay, this I have to subtract. So when I have to subtract this number from the another number, first of all upside I will mention the place values. After that I will write down the number, both the numbers I will write down. After that we will subtract. What we will do, we will subtract 0 minus 3 from the right side. We will start subtracting. This is the right side, this is the left side. So from the right side you will start subtracting. So 0 minus 3 is not at all possible. It will take one carry to the number which is written just near to that number, that is 7. So when 7 will give 1 to 0, that 0 will become 10. So we will write 10 upside, my dear, and 6 we will write upside, because 7 has already given 1, so now it is 6. Now 10 minus 3 we will get 7, and 6 minus 1 we will get 5. Now we will come to the number which is written after the decimal, sorry, before the decimal. So 7 minus 3 is easy, that is 4. Now 3 minus 5 is again not possible, so we will go to the next number which is written just next to that, that is 5. So we will take one carry and then we will write 13 upside. 13 minus 5 will be 8, and then 4 minus 2 will be 2. So the answer which you will get after subtracting this number will be 284.757. Okay, 284.57. Okay, this is the normal subtraction. There is no difference in this subtraction that the decimal is given that the subtraction is changing. It is not like that. The same subtraction is there, only the decimal point is being put in between. Okay, rest all things are same. In the same way, here it is written add 131.1 plus 52.14 plus 213.648. Okay. So what you will do, the first thing again, you have to arrange all the numbers according to the place value. So upside you will mention ones, tens, hundred, like this the place, and this side after the decimal means the number which you are writing, you will mention tenth, hundredth and thousand. So no need to write the full, you can write in short also, like O T H. In the same way after the decimal you can write T H T H. Okay, and that will be clear. So after this much you arrange the number according to the place values. Okay, the place values which you have written, accordingly you will arrange the numbers. Accordingly you will arrange the numbers. After that you will add. So from which side you will start adding? You will start adding from the right side and then you will go to the left side. So 0 plus 0 plus 8 will be 8, which we will write down. After that 0 plus 4 plus 4 will be 8, which we have written here again. Now 1 plus 1 is 2 and plus 6 is 8. So we have got triple 8. Okay. After that we will put the decimal, because it is decimal there, so we will not going to change the place of decimal. We are going to put the decimal as it is. After that 1 plus 2 is 3 and 3 plus 3 is 6. So we will write 6 here. 3 plus 5 is 8 and plus 1 is 9. So we will write 9 here. 1 plus 2 is 3. We will write 3 here. So we will get 396.888. This will be our answer which we will get after adding all the three numbers. Here also no change is there. Only the addition which we used to do normally in the same way we are doing here also. Now we are going to talk about some of the measuring unit. Okay. So already I have told to you all that you all will learn all the measuring units so that it will be easier for you to convert. It will be easier for you to convert. Like 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter, 10 centimeter is equals to 1 decimeter, 10 decimeter is equal to 1 meter, 10 1 meter, 10 meter equals to 1 decameter, 10 decameter equals to 1 hectometer, and 10 hectometer will become 1 kilometer. Okay, so it means that if we are talking about like this, so 1 kilometer will be equal to 1000 meter. So suppose if the conversion is given, my dear, to convert any number from kilometers to meter, we always used to multiply. From whenever we are converting the number from smaller to larger unit, we used to divide. What we used to do? Divide. Whenever you are converting larger unit we used to multiply. Okay, whenever we are converting the smaller units to the larger unit, we always divide. Like kilometers, when you are converting meters to kilometers, you will divide. Okay, when you are converting kilometers into meters, you will multiply. In the same way in mass also, in the same way in capacity also. In the mass, it will be given in kg and gram. Like 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. In liter it will be given 1 liter will be equal to 1000 milliliter. In the same way it will be given 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So like this it will be given. Whenever you are converting the larger unit to smaller, you always multiply. Kilometers to meters, kg to gram, liters to milliliters, or meters to centimeters, or what I can say, centimeter to millimeter, like this. Millimeter to centimeter. So whenever we are converting the larger unit, okay, to the smaller unit, we always used to multiply. Like when you are converting centimeter, okay, to millimeter, you will multiply with 10. Okay, when you are converting kilometers to meter, you will multiply with 1000. In the same way you will carry on. When you are converting the larger unit, smaller unit to larger unit, okay, when meter will be converted to kilometer, gram will be converted to kg, milliliter will be converted to liters, a centimeter will be converted to meter, then every time we used to divide. What we used to do? We used to divide. Okay. Now here we are with unitary method. When we are talking about the unitary method, we basically find the value of one unit, and then after we used to find the value of required number of units. This is what unitary method is all about. When the number of unit is being given to you and you have to find the value of one particular unit, then after finding the value of one unit, you can find the value of the required number of unit, whatever it is being given to you. So that is what unitary method is all about. We will do some of the questions. Like you are seeing here, it is given the cost of one means see, suppose number of pencils it is given. Okay, the cost of one pencil you have to find out. Okay, the total cost of the pencils are given 780. Total cost of 6 pencil is 780. Total the number of pencil is 6 and cost of all the pencil is 780. You have to find the cost of one particular pencil. So for that, you will what do? You will divide it. Okay, you write 780 in the dividend column, you write 6 in the divisor column, and then you will divide. So when you will read the table of 6 one time, then you are getting 6. So you write 6 just below 7, you write 1 in the quotient column. After that, you subtract. 7 minus 6 will be 1 that you have written. After that, you can see 8 you will take down, then it will be 18. Now again you read the table of 6 that much time, in which you will get 18. So 6 into 3 will be 18. So you write 18 just below 18, and then you will subtract. So when you will subtract 8 minus 8, then you will get 0, and then 1 minus 1 you will get 0. You take the last 0 will down, again you divide it with 6, you will get 0. Okay, because any number when divided by 0, it will be 0. So the question which you have got after dividing 780 by 6, you will get 130. This is the cost of one particular pencil. The cost of one particular pencil is 130 we have got. Then you can see here it is written cost of one pencil is given. Okay, you have to find the cost of 4 pencil box. Means the cost of one pencil box we have find out, that is 130. We have to find the cost of 4 pencil box. Previously it was given the cost of 6 pencil box, that is 780 it was given. Then we have divided and we have calculated the cost of one pencil box. After that, again we will multiply here, because we are knowing the cost of one pencil box, so easily we can find the cost of required number of pencil box. So 130 multiplied by 4 when you will do, then you will get 520. 4 into 0 will be 0. 4 into 3 will be 12. So 4 3 is 12. So only 2 you write down and 1 you write upside. Now 4 into 1 will be 4 and plus 1 is 5. So 520 you will get the cost of 4 pencil box. See, here one more question I am with. It is written here that 20 pence cost rupees 400. Find the cost of 30 pence. Okay, you have to find the cost of 30 pence. So the cost of 20 pence are given, but the cost of 1 pen is not knowing. We are not knowing. So for finding the cost of 1 pen, you will write cost of 20 pence, that is 400. Now cost of 1 pen is equals to, that you will find out by dividing 400 divided by 20. Okay, will be, you will divide it 400 and 20 you will divide, then you will get 20 rupees. Means the cost of one pen is 20 rupees. Okay, so you can write cost of one pen is 400 by 20, that is 20 rupees. Okay, that is 20 rupees we have got. After that, when we will multiply that 20, okay, we will multiply that 20 with 30. Okay, because we have to find the cost of 30 pence, and now we are already knowing the cost of one pen is 20 rupees. So 20 into 30 when you will do, you see how many number of zeros are there. 2 zeros are there, 1 in 3 and 1 with 2. So that number of zeros first you write. Okay, 1 0 you will write, another 0 also you will write. Now 2 into 3 you do, 2 3s are 6. So you write 6 here. Okay, so you will get 600. 30 multiplied by 20 will be 600. So 600 is the total cost of 30 pencils. Okay, and this how we have calculated. First we have divided and find out the cost of one particular pen. After finding out the cost of one particular pen, we have multiplied that one particular pen cost with the required number of pen. Then we have got 600 rupees, and that is the total cost we have, which we have to paid, or which we have spent on buying 30 pens. In your book, in this test paper, some of the questions are given with pattern also. Okay, so I have already said it is this test paper is a mixture of all the chapters which we have completed after test paper 3. Okay, so that this pattern chapter was also given in, I think, chapter number 14 it was. So that is why this pattern is also coming in this test paper. So here we are seeing this is a number line which is being drawn here for you. Here in that number line, the numbers are being marked. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. I have marked till 17. So you can see in this one what is happening. The numbers which are being circled, the number which we have been circled, that numbers which we have circled, that from 1 to 3 when from 1 to 4 when the number is going, we are adding 3. Then again from 3 to 7 we are going, then we are adding 3. Then again 7 to 10 we are going, then again we are adding 3. Then 10 to 13 we are going, again we are adding 3. And 13 to 16 when we are going, then again you are adding 3. And like this only we are going on. So here the pattern of addition we are following, and every time we are adding the same digit. Okay, we are adding the same digit. It's not like that we are one time we have added 4, then we have added 5, then we have added 6. In increasing order we are not going. Okay, in the sum of the question maybe you will get like that also, that in one time when you will add, one time you have to add 4, then again you have to add 5, then again you have to add 6. Like this also pattern can be given. Pattern can be given in any way. Okay, here the pattern which we are talking about, in this it is given in on the number line. The numbers are being written, and all the numbers which are being circled, the difference between the numbers is plus 3. But means from 1 to 4 when we are jumping, then we are adding 3. In the same way 4 to 7, then again adding 3, and like this only we are continuing. In the same way, it is given in subtraction form. You can see again the number line is there, and here the number which are being circled like 25, 23, 21, 19, 17, and 15. The numbers which I have circled, that the difference between from 25 to 23. Suppose the number is given 25, 23, 21, 19, and then dash and dash is given. Suppose. So you have to see that what is the difference between 25 and 23. Okay, the difference between 25 and 23 is minus 2. When from 25 we are subtracting 2 to get 23. In the same way from 23 to 21 again we are subtracting 2. Then again from 21 to 19 we are again subtracting 2. So like this we are going on. So after 19 when again you will subtract 2, you will get 17. You will write 17. After that again when you will subtract 2, you will get 15. So this is the pattern which we are following. Every time we are subtracting 2. So that's all, my dear. I hope you all have understood test paper 4 nicely. All kinds of question which have been given there. From that I have given you examples. From that I have explained you all the things. I hope that there you will not going to face a single problem in doing the questions in that exercise. From 6 to 10 I have given to do, and I think that you will do that very nicely without any problem. Okay, watch the video nicely. Any query, any problem will be there. You are welcome to ask that in the online classes. And that is all. Thank you, everyone.